Tyler Henry's life seemed like a fairy tale in the making. Marriage, success, fame, until his body betrayed him in ways no one could have predicted. Days after celebrating one of the happiest moments of his life, Tyler was plunged into a months-long medical odyssey that would test his strength, his memory, and his very sense of self. Through it all, he remained in the spotlight, fielding questions from fans and critics alike. This is the story of what really happened: the heartbreak, the resilience, and the unanswered questions about the cost of life under scrutiny. Beginnings that shaped him, Tyler. Henry Cullowen entered the world 3 months early, weighing just 2 pounds 12 ounces. His first weeks were spent in a neonatal intensive care unit, in a body still unfinished, already navigating challenges that would follow him throughout life. Raised by his mother, Teresa, in California's Central Valley, Tyler always felt slightly different. Not in being weird, but in feeling attuned to things others seem to overlook. Early sensitivity to emotion, atmosphere, and the unspoken set him apart. Rather than fear, he learned to adapt, his early years drawing the blueprint of the extraordinary person he would become. The first sense of something unseen. At age 10, Tyler told his mother he sensed his grandmother was going to die. And that night, she passed away. Unlike a child's wild guess, this moment became a point of clarity for him. This wasn't normal intuition. He described it not as a dramatic revelation, but an understanding that something was different about how he perceived the world. Instead of frightening him, it relieved him to have a name for what he had been experiencing without language. This recognition marked the first step toward a future shaped by perception, connection, and unexplained insight. A career born from belief and support. Rather than dismiss Tyler's experiences as imagination, his mother Teresa sought guidance and found a psychic who confirmed that Tyler had a gift. From that moment, Teresa became the practical force behind his growing abilities, arranging appointments, managing calls, and ultimately becoming his manager. Their partnership expanded organically, from local readings to national visibility. In later years, Tyler's work would include deeply personal moments with his own family, yet it was Teresa who remained his anchor, not only nurturing his gift, but grounding it in the day-to-day reality of schedules, bookings, and the emotional demands of sharing his sensitivity with the public. A personal story seen by millions. In 2022, Tyler turned his abilities inward for a Netflix special focused on his mother's past, unraveling a family secret about her biological father. With his gift and investigative determination, he helped Teresa uncover answers she'd carried for decades. The emotional depth of that revelation resonated with audiences and revealed a more vulnerable side of a man known for bridging worlds. What many saw as entertainment was, for Tyler and his mother, a deep look at roots, identity, and healing. The mystery was resolved, but it opened another chapter in his life, one where his own story and work became inseparable. The surgery. Hidden from the world. Before anyone knew his name, Tyler endured a major medical crisis that nearly cost him his life. Just after his 18th birthday, he underwent brain surgery to remove a congenital colloid cyst, a fluid-filled mass in the center of his brain. These cysts are benign but potentially lethal. They can block cerebrospinal fluid, spike pressure inside the skull, and trigger sudden collapse or death. Tyler's cyst had grown large enough to threaten normal function. The surgery relieved the pressure and allowed him to live without the imminent danger of a catastrophic collapse. But the experience left an imprint he rarely discussed publicly. A decade of stability, then change. For over a decade after that first brain surgery, Tyler's condition remained stable. He rarely mentioned it, and certainly never in dramatic terms, especially once his career on Hollywood Medium took off. By the time his show premiered in 2016 on the E! Network, his medical history was background, not headline. Yet in October 2024, in an interview with The Cut, Tyler spoke about the cyst casually, wondering if his brain's unusual structure had something to do with his abilities. At 28, he also made an offhand comment about mortality that, in hindsight, carried a weight no one anticipated. A wedding followed by crises, May 7th marked one of the happiest days of Tyler's life, his wedding. But within weeks, what had been steady became unstable. The cyst that had been quiescent for more than 10 years flared into a series of health scares that would define the next 6 months. Tyler found himself in hospitals, undergoing procedures, and facing symptoms severe enough to challenge both his body and his mind. The public, accustomed to seeing him calm, composed, and insightful, struggled to reconcile the image of the spiritual guide with a man in a hospital gown fighting for normalcy. Tests of body and mind. The months that followed the wedding were marked by intense medical scrutiny, repeated scans, and episodes that tested Tyler in ways few could imagine. Beyond physical pain, he faced memory loss, cognitive decline, and psychological strain, challenges that blurred the line between physical ailment and identity destabilization. For someone whose work depends on clarity, presence, and sensitivity, these struggles cut to the core of his self. Fans watching his journey in real time witnessed a different kind of vulnerability, not mystical, but profoundly human, as he fought to regain equilibrium, enduring in the public eye. Despite the severity of his condition and the private nature of many medical details, Tyler remained in the public eye throughout his ordeal. Interviews, statements, and social media appeared alongside hospital updates and healing moments. Some cheered his resilience, others speculated on the meaning of his health crisis. Through it all, Tyler's experience became a reminder that even those seen as having extraordinary gifts are not immune to the fragility of the human body. The weeks turned into months, and what he endured reshaped his sense of self and how the world sees him. What comes next? Tyler Henry's story is far from simple. It is a tapestry of triumph and trial, of early promise and unexpected suffering, of love and vulnerability. What he has endured would change anyone, and how he moves forward, professionally, personally, medically, remains an open question. For those who follow his work, the deeper question may be this: what does his journey teach us about belief, about health, about the human experience? Whether one believes in his gift or not, his challenges reveal a truth that transcends controversy. Resilience is born not only in moments of triumph, but in how we face the unimaginable. Reflection and response. Tyler's health battles have stirred conversation, emotion, and curiosity across social divides. Some see his journey as spiritual affirmation, others view it through a medical lens. Regardless of perspective, his resilience is unmistakable. This story is part of a broader human narrative, one where love, adversity, uncertainty, and endurance intersect. Share your thoughts. What has Tyler Henry's experience meant to you? Do you believe in the work he does? How do stories of struggle shape your own understanding of belief and vulnerability? Continue the conversation. His story is still unfolding.